शतजाक्षं गदापाणि मार्गणः सर्वतो दिशं परिभ्रमन्तं उल्काधाम भ्रामयन्तं ददामु. So this form of Lord, you are just like thumb size, angushta mark, and he looks so beautiful, so effulgent, and his yellow garment, pitambar, looks like lightning in the sky, and his kundal earring were like molten gold, and it was so graceful, so beautiful form, you can imagine. And Vishnu, just this size appeared with all these beautiful features. He appeared in front of the baby, and he was swinging his gada, his club, to protect, to remove the fire. All four sides. He was circling very fast to remove the fire from the Brahmastra and protecting the baby. So in this verse, and Krishna, the baby is so small, so that's why Krishna took only this side, so that it is very easy for the baby to watch him. Only for according to his vision, according to the baby's vision, he took this form, this size. So in this verse we can see that Bhagavan always protects his devotees, no matter where they are. If anyone is saved by Bhagavan, no one can kill him. And if anyone is killed by Bhagavan, no one can save him. So Maharaj Parikshit, even though he is a small baby, very helpless, he has nowhere to escape. And he was going to die, going to be killed. But Bhagavan knows, Krishna knows that he is my devotee, he is my child. And even in the womb he appeared to protect him. So this tells that Bhagavan is everywhere. He is beyond the time and the space. He is beyond. We are limited. Jiva soul is limited. And Jiva soul, even though qualitatively is same like Lord, Satchit Anand. Our soul is also Satchit Anand, and Bhagavan is also Satchit Anand. So qualitatively they are the same, but quantitatively there is a big difference. It's like Jiva soul is like a drop, and Bhagavan is like an ocean. So Jiva soul is also everywhere, but Jiva soul is limited within time and space. Jiva soul cannot appear everywhere, but Bhagavan can appear everywhere, anywhere. So, and Bhagavan can be, in this example we can see that Krishna can be the smaller, the smallest, and bigger, the biggest. He is all pervading. He can take any form to protect his devotees. And see, he comes in this material world, Bhagavan comes in the form of deities also. So the deities, worshipable deity, are also Krishna himself, Bhagavan himself. There is no difference. They are not material. For us material people, Bhagavan comes in the form of Archa Vigraha, worshipable deity. So we should never think these deities are like stones or matter, because for Bhagavan, matter and spirit is same, there is no difference. So, but for us conditioned souls, there is a difference. So in this way, Krishna appeared in the womb to protect his great devotee, Parikshit Maharaj. And once the burning fire was removed from the baby, so and Parikshit Maharaj saw this baby, saw this form, and after he was saved, then then Bhagwan, he disappeared at once. At once he disappeared. So, at once he disappeared. He appeared and disappeared. He was, but that also does not mean कि Bhagwan is not present. He is present everywhere, but our material eyes cannot see. He is everywhere. Bhagwan is present everywhere, in every atom of this universe. But we need devotion. With the level of devotion, we can realize him, we can see him. So one time, Prabhupada ji, someone asked Prabhupada ji that, do you see Krishna? Have you seen Krishna face to face? Have you seen Bhagwan face to face? Prabhupada ji says, there is no place I don't see Krishna. There is no place. I see him everywhere. So this is the vision of a devotee, that everywhere they see Bhagwan. There is no place they don't see Bhagwan. So when Bhagwan disappeared, does not mean he is not there anymore. It's just we cannot see, but he is present everywhere. So, and then after that, Maharaj Parikshit, once he was saved, then after 10 months, after living in the womb, he took the birth. And this is also explained very nicely here, that how Maharaj Parikshit took birth in a very, very auspicious time, when all the stars were very favorable and everything was very anukul and very auspicious moments, precious time, he took birth on this planet. So these stars, these graha are very, very important to decide someone's future and to decide how great the personality is. So, just like Bhagwan also takes, when he appears in this world, there is always very auspicious time, auspicious moment. And in the same way, his devotees also appear in a very auspicious moment. And this auspicious time is the arrangement of Krishna. Krishna makes all these arrangements. But why, how he makes the arrangement? Because if someone has done many pious deeds in his previous lives. So because of the karmas, because of the pious deeds, Krishna makes the arrangement of this very auspicious time, and that tells that a great personality has appeared in this world. So, and then once he took the birth, Maharaj Yudhishthir was very, very happy on the birth of his grandson, because he was the only child left in the dynasty. So he was very, very happy, and this is the time when a charity is given to the Brahmanas. So when it is written in Srimad Bhagavatam, when the baby is connected with the mother by the navel cord, then up to that time it is considered one body. But once the navel cord is disconnected, then it's two separate bodies, and this is the time when charity should be given. So Maharaj Yudhishthir, seeing this very auspicious time and the proper time for giving charities, he called so many Brahmanas and so many learned people, saintly people, and he gave so much in charity, like gold, horses, elephants, and so much wealth, so much villages, so much land, foodstuffs, grains. He gave so much in charity. And this charity, giving this charity is very, very important. Is very, very important. Giving charity to Brahmanas Actually, it is very important to give the charity to a right person. That is also very important. It is written in Bhagavad Gita that charity of 3 types, in the mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness. So the charity that is given in the mode of goodness is the best charity. And even on the top of that, charity given to Vaishnavas, charity given to the devotees of the Lord, Brahmanas. The Brahmans, the real Brahman, who are the devotees of the Lord. To giving them charity is the topmost, because if we give charity to anybody, that can cause a bondage. Because it's called pious deeds, punya karam, and then punya karam ka फल भी बंधन है और पाप कर्म का फल भी बंधन है. But if we give charity to Vaishnavas, the devotees, because they will use that charity for the service of the Lord, for the service of the religion, then it is called bhakti, which has no bondage. इसका कोई बंधन नहीं होगा. तो इसलिए हमें दान हमेशा सोच समझ के देना चाहिए, पात्र को देख के दान देना चाहिए, सही पात्र को देख के दान देना चाहिए, ताकि उसका हमें कोई बंधन ना हो और वो भगवान की सच्ची सेवा में लगे. एंड अनदर रीज़न चैरिटी इज़ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर ए हाउस होल्ड people. It's very important to give charity to household people, because we see in ancient times the Brahmanas used to be very pure also. Brahmins and devotees, they were making their living based on the charity given by household people. And that was the reason, because that way they can concentrate on the dharma, Vedic dharma, to spread the dharma properly. They don't have to worry about their maintenance, and they can spread Vedic dharma to the society, take care of the dharmas in the society. So Maharaj Yudhishthir gave so much charity to these saintly people and Brahmanas. And once, and then after that, he called great learned Brahmins like Kripacharya, Dhaumya Rishi. Kripacharya was their royal priest, and Dhaumya Rishi was great Rishi, and many other sages he called to do what you call Jat Karam Sanskar. जात कर्म संस्कार मीन्स जन्म संस्कार कराने के लिए, महाराज परीक्षित बच्चे का जन्म संस्कार कराने के लिए, जात कर्म संस्कार कराने के लिए उन्होंने बहुत बड़े बड़े ऋषि मुनियों को बुलाया. एंड दिस इज़ ऑल्सो वेरी वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर ए चाइल्ड, फॉर ए ह्यूमन बीइंग. देयर आर मैनी संस्कार्स इन ह्यूमन लाइफ. द फर्स्ट संस्कार्स फ्रॉम द is called Garbhadhan Sanskar, when the baby is conceived in the womb of a mother. That is first Sanskar. And then Jat Karam Sanskar, then there is a Namkaran Sanskar, then there is a Vidya Sanskar, and Vivaha Sanskar, Janeu Sanskar, and then Antim Sanskar, last Sanskar. So there are about, according to our Vedas, there are about 16 Sanskars. And these sanskars are very, very important. In olden times, people used to have all these sanskars. And these sanskars are called like a purifying processes. Purifying processes. And these sanskars have a great effect on the personality of a human being, on a jiva soul. And if these sanskars should be done also by the pure Brahmanas. Otherwise, it's not going to have any effect. So Maharaj Yudhishthir called these great saintly people, Kripacharya and Dhaumya Rishi, along with many sages, and performed this Jat Sanskar. of this child. So, and after the Jat Sanskar, because Maharaj Yudhishthir is a great king, very religious Krishna Bhakta, he was and very responsible, very right person. So he was worried that would this child will follow the dynasty, will follow the royal principles, and will follow their ancestors. So he was very much worried, and out of this curiosity and worry, he asked the Brahmanas how this child would be. Is he going to be a proper, right person in the lineage? So he asked that, please tell me about his future, about his life. So, and so the great Brahmanas, knowing, because of, they were great devotees, knowing past, present, and future, they were Trikaldarshi Brahmanas, and they knew everything about this child. So they told Maharaj Yudhishthir that since this child is protected by Lord Vishnu in the womb, he is going to be a great devotee. He is going to be a great devotee, and he will be known as a Vishnu Rath in the world. He will be known. What is Vishnu Rath? Vishnu Rath means the one who is protected by Vishnu. He will be known as Vishnu Rath, and there is no doubt that this child will become a first-class devotee and full of all the qualities. Now, what does that mean by first-class devotee? So, in Jaiva Dharma, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also explained this, that the first-class devotee, the Param Vaishnav, is like Sakshat Hari Twain. He is as good as Hari, Sakshat Hari Twain, Samast Shastrai, Uktas Tatha Bhavyat Eva Sadvi. We sing this in Guruvashtakam, that a pure devotee of the Lord is Sakshat Hari Twain. He is as good as Hari. He has all the qualities like Hari has. He is not Hari, but he is as good as Hari. And why this is so? Because, it's like हम लोग कहते हैं जैसा संग वैसा रंग. Anyone you think of, or be intimate and be close, the same you become. हैं, तुम ऐसा ही बन जाते हो, जैसे संग में रहते हो वैसा ही बन जाते हो. So these pure devotees are always meditating, always thinking about Krishna. Krishna lives in their heart. हैं, गोविंद कहे मम वैष्णव प्राण, तुम्हारा हृदय सदा गोविंद विश्राम. Always Krishna's pastimes are manifesting in the heart of pure devotee. 24 hours a day, they are serving Krishna in many, many forms. So they are always associated with the Satvastu, Bhagwan. And so all the qualities automatically transfer into their personality. So here, Shukdev Goswami Prabhupada ji is explaining that there are 3 types of devotee. First one is Kanishtadhikari, the second one is Madhyamadhikari, and third one is Param Vaishnav, Mahabhagavat, Uttamadhikari. So Prabhupada ji is explaining that the Kanishtadhikari is the one who is one-pointed to Krishna, but he has more affection towards deities. He has Shraddha for the deities. He will come to the temple, bow down to the deities, and pray to the deities, and serve the deities. He does not have much knowledge about Shastras, and he has not much, inclination, not much surrender to the Guru and Vaishnavas. He just inclined towards deities. So that is Kanishtadhikari. Kanishtadhikari, we should not think that person is low. We should not think that way. We should not think this person is a low grade. There is a difference between low grade and Kanisht. Kanishtadhikari means their level of devotion is still just beginning, small, and slowly, by sadhu sangha, by doing bhajan, they will advance to the higher level. But they are very great people. We should not think they are low class people. There, even Prabhupada ji was saying, Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ji says for a Kanishtadhikari that we should never think they are low class people. Anyone who has accepted Krishna is Supreme Personality of Bhagwan and one-pointedly devoted to Krishna, even though their level of devotion is small, they are very high-class people, higher than bigger Gyanis and Munis and Rishis, much higher. Because, after when you accept Krishna, Supreme Personality of Bhagwan, and engage in his bhajan, then that means you have done many kinds of austerities, many kinds of charities, and you have read all the Vedas, and you have done many tapas, many pious deeds. You have already done all those things. And then you have reached to the conclusion of the Vedic knowledge that Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. So accepting that and doing bhajan is not a low class thing. It is also very high thing. And then Madhyamadhikari devotee has also prem. He has reached to the prema stage, and prema stage is very high stage. And bhakti starts from Shraddha, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, and all these stages are very high, and they all have symptoms of each stage. And then prema stage is very high stage. Bhava stage is very high. This is the stage when almost all the anarthas are removed, and you can see your worshipable deity. You can start feeling, you can start seeing them, seeing Krishna in this stage. And so Madhyamadhikari have a lot of prem for Bhagwan, and he is very friendly, Madhyamadhikari devotee, very friendly to his equal level people, equal level devotees. And then he has lot of respect and love for senior Vaishnavas, like Gurus and senior Vaishnavas. And then he has lot of affection and tolerance for neophyte devotees. तो छोटे अभी शुरू में जो भक्ति में आए हैं, उनके प्रति बड़ा प्यार से वो रहते हैं, उनको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हैं. आई रिमेंबर गुरुदेव ऑलवेज, जब हम शुरू में आए तो कुछ भी काम करते तो गुरुदेव उसकी बहुत बड़ाई करते थे. Oh, you did this is so good, you sing very good, you cook very good, even though it was not good. But Gurudev always used to praise, so that हम लोगों का उत्साह कम ना हो जाए, हम लोग आगे बढ़ने की और सेवा करने की भावना हमारी बनी रहे, एंथुजियाज्म हमारा बना रहे, उत्साह बना रहे. So this is the quality of a Madhyam. And then he ignores the people who are atheist. तो जो भगवान को नहीं मानते वो उनकी उपेक्षा करते हैं. They don't hate them, they don't associate with them, but उनकी ignore करते हैं. And this is very important. Usually people start hating, criticizing,
they think they, if they are devotee, they are the, superior, and they feel make other people feel inferior. But no, मध्यम अधिकारी डिवोटी, दे उनकी इग्नोर करते हैं, बट उनको क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करते और उनको हेट भी नहीं करते, और अनजाने में उनसे अज्ञात सुकृतियाँ भी करवाते हैं. अज्ञात सुकृतियाँ मीन्स अननोइंगली हैं, दे ट्राई टू हेल्प देम टू कम इन टू spiritual level, devotional life. So this is the symptom of madhyam adhikari devotee. And in this life, human life, this is the maximum a person can reach to the highest madhyam adhikari. तक ही हम इस material life में, इस material body में पहुंच सकते हैं. उसके बाद प्रेमावस्था में हम लोग इस मटेरियल शरीर में, इस जड़ शरीर में हम प्रेमावस्था को प्राप्त नहीं कर सकते हैं, बिकॉज प्रेमावस्था इज वेरी हाई एंड मटेरियल बॉडी कैन नॉट टॉलरेट दैट. सो द उत्तम भागवत, द थर्ड कैटेगरी इज उत्तम भागवत, परम वैष्णव, महाभागवत. सो महाभागवत इज सच ए पर्सनैलिटी, लाइक आई सेड, साक्षात हरि ट्वेन, दे आर एज गुड एज हरि, एंड they see everyone serving Krishna more than that, more than themselves. वो सोचते हैं कि मेरे से भी ज़्यादा ये भगवान की सेवा कर रहे हैं, और एवरी लिविंग एंटिटी में वो भगवान की सेवक देखते हैं, भगवान के सेवक के रूप में देखते हैं. इवन एन एंट, इवन एन एलिफेंट, इवन ए डॉग, एनीथिंग, एवरी लिविंग एंटिटी दे सी सर्विंग Krishna more than myself. This is their vision. And just by seeing them, this is the quality of a high class devotee, Param Vaishnav. Just by seeing them, a person starts remembering Krishna. उनको देखते ही भगवान की याद औरों को भी आ जाती है, वो भी हरे कृष्णा हरि बोल कहने लगते हैं अपने आप, ऑटोमेटिकली. सो बिकॉज they are it's full of prema, full of bhakti. They're completely made of rag, something called prem rag. So and then it is explained here that a Mahabhagavat, any Mahabhagavat, if he takes his birth in a family, past, present and future, up to 100 generations are delivered. Up to 100 generations. For example, Prahlad Maharaj and Maharaj Parikshit himself is a Mahabhagavat, Param Vaishnav. And up to past, present and future, तीनों कालों में उनकी 100 वंशों तक का उद्धार हो जाता है. So this is the benefit having a Mahabhagavat in the dynasty. एक भी महाभागवत किसी कुल में हो जाए तो उसके 100 कुलों का उद्धार हो जाता है. तो महाराज परीक्षित व सच्चे महाभागवत, परम वैष्णव. एंड नॉट ओनली दैट, his grandfather Maharaj Yudhishthir himself is a great Mahabhagavat. So Maharaj Yudhishthir is asking that this child, will he become a saintly king? Will he become a saintly king? And he will be as pious and famous and glorified like the other kings in the dynasty? And he will be like that. So he is asking Brahmanas. So Brahmanas are saying that, O Maharaj Yudhishthir, you don't have any doubt in that. If this baby is protected by Vishnu in the womb, so what can you say? He is automatically a great devotee. He saw Krishna in the womb. So he is automatically a great personality. And he will be the protector of the people, and he will take care of the kingdom very, very well, and he will be very religious and pious person. So you don't have to worry about that. And he is going to follow the footsteps of his forefathers. He is going to follow. So you don't have to worry about that. So in the next many verses, about 10, 11 verses, so Brahmanas are explaining the qualities of Maharaj Parikshit. And these are so great qualities. When I was reading that, it's so amazing that how a pure devotee is so high class, and so many qualities are in that person. So Brahmanas are saying that this child will be exactly like King Ikshvaku, the son of Manu, in maintaining all those who are born. And as for following the Brahmanical principles, especially in being true to his promise, he will be exactly like Ram, the personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaj Dashrath. So here it's clearly proven that the Mahabhagavat, the pure devotee, is as good as Hari. So here Shukdev Goswami is clearly saying that this Maharaj Parikshit will be just like Ram, Bhagwan Ram. You know, Bhagwan Ram, he was so promising and so true to his words. And he completely gave up the kingdom and royal life, everything, to fulfill the promise of his father. And to protect the praja, to protect his subjects, to protect the people, he even gave up Sita Devi. सीता देवी का भी त्याग कर दिया था प्रजा की प्रसन्नता के लिए भगवान राम ने. तो महाराज परीक्षित विल बी जस्ट लाइक राम, एंड ही विल बी लाइक किंग इक्ष्वाकु. King Ikshvaku, the son of Manu, who is the first person in the creation. And so Maharaj Parikshit will have all those qualities. And then another verse, Brahmanas are saying, Esh data saranyasth yatha hi shvanaraya shibi yasho vitnita swanam doshantiriv yajvanam. The child will be a munificent donor of charity and protector of the surrendered, like the famous King Shibi of the Ushinira country, and he will expand the name and fame of his family like Bharat, the son of Maharaj Dushyant. So many great personalities the Brahmanas are comparing to Maharaj Parikshit. All these Shibi, Maharaj Bharat, they were very, very great kings, very, very high qualified people. And Maharaj Parikshit will have all those qualities like they have. So, and then he will be a great bowman, a great archer, just like Arjun, his grandfather, grandfather actually. Abhimanyu was his father. So he will be he will be so irresistible, so powerful that no one will be able to defeat him. He will be a great warrior, and like Arjun. And then this child will be as strong as a lion. And you know how lion is so strong. It is described here that if lion starts chasing anybody, he never stops. Lion never stops. Once he starts chasing, he never stops. He will completely, catch hold of that person, and then finish. So he will be very strong as like a lion, and he will be worthy like a worthy shelter like Himalayas. You know, it is explained here that Himalayas mountains, there are so many caves and so many sheltering places and all kinds of things that we need to maintain our body. It is found in Himalayas. All kind of foodstuffs, fruits, medicines, shelters, and everything is available in the Himalayas. It is explained here. And the same way, Maharaj Parikshit will be a worthy shelter for his subjects. He will provide everything to his people, and no one will be hungry in his kingdom. He will take care, he will maintain them like a father, like a caring father. So, and he will be forbearing like the earth and as tolerant as his parents. It is so forbearing like the earth, you know, like Mother Earth tolerates so much. मदर अर्थ पृथ्वी माता कितना कुछ सहन करती है, कितना पाप सहन करती है, कितना कष्ट सहन करती है, and then still she is producing, she is still she is feeding the people. So he will be very tolerant and very loving, affectionate like a Mother Earth. It's so nice how all these qualities come into the pure devotee of the Lord. So, and then he says, this child will be like his grandfather Yudhishthir or Brahma in the equanimity of mind. So, Brahmanas are explaining that Maharaj Parikshit will be very equal to everyone. उनमें समता का भाव होगा, उनमें पार्शलिटी नहीं होगी. मतलब वो किसी में भेदभाव नहीं रखेंगे. And just like Maharaj Yudhishthir, you know how Maharaj Yudhishthir was very equal. He never, even though Duryodhana wanted to kill them, but Maharaj Yudhishthir always loved him. Whenever sometimes there are many occasions when Bhimsen and Arjun were in anger to take revenge, but Maharaj Yudhishthir always would pacify them and always would tell them that he is our brother, he is our younger brother, and we should love him and we should protect him. He always loved Duryodhan. He never called Duryodhan, he never called him Duryodhan, he always called him Suyodhan, that he is a good person. So Maharaj Yudhishthir was very grave and very thoughtful person and very equal-minded person. And Maharaj Parikshit will be just like him. And then Maharaj Parikshit also, he will be like a Shiva. See, he is explaining again with Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is a Param Vaishnava also. And so Lord Shiva, how he will be very udar, very generous. Maharaj Parikshit will be very generous like Lord Shiva in giving charities, in donating to the people. And how the Lord Shiva, it is explained how Lord Shiva is so generous that Lord Shiva, one of the name is Lord Shiva is called Ashutosh, Ashutosh Bhagwan, the Lord who is pleased very quickly. आप कहते हैं भगवान शिव को थोड़ा बस जल चढ़ा दो, थोड़ा बेलपत्र चढ़ा दो और प्रसन्न हो जाएंगे और कुछ भी मांगो उनसे दे देंगे. He is that generous. So one of the pastime, Prabhupada is explaining here that one time there was a Rakshas, demon, Vrikasur. You might have heard this story. Vrikasur, he was a devotee of Lord Shiva. And he heard that if I please Lord Shiva, it's very easy, very quickly, easily to please him. And so if I please Lord Shiva, he can give me any benediction and I will be immortal. मैं इटर्नल बन जाऊंगा, अमर बन जाऊंगा. तो वृकासुर ने भगवान शिव की आराधना की और भगवान शिव बड़े भोले भाले, बड़े दयालु उसकी आराधना से प्रसन्न हुए और बोले कि कुछ मांगो, कुछ भी वरदान मांगो. Then Vrikasur, being a very demonic nature, he said, he thought in his mind that if I take a boon, something boon that will kill the Lord Shiva, then I will enjoy with Parvati Devi. That was his mood. So he said, he told Lord Shiva that please give me a boon that if I put my hand on someone's head, that person will be dead. And Lord Shiva said, that's so be it, that's fine. So then he thought, I will put my hand on Lord Shiva and kill him. So, so he was so happy and thinking that, but Bhagwan always protect his devotees. Bhagwan always, and Lord Shiva is a great devotee of Krishna. Param Vaishnav, he is called. So भगवान ने सोचा कि ये मेरे ही भक्त का ही नाश करने के लिए तैयार है. तो भगवान ने एकदम वहाँ भगवान अपीयर हुए और बोले कि वृकासुर को बोले कि oh, you seem very happy today, what has happened? Then he said, I have taken, I have gotten a benediction from Lord Shiva, and if I put my hand on anyone, that person will be killed. And then Bhagwan Vishnu said, oh, you don't know Lord Shiva. He's very innocent. He's bhola bhala. वो कुछ भी बोल देते हैं. उनकी बात में कोई शक्ति नहीं है. उनके वरदान में कोई शक्ति नहीं है. वो कुछ भी बोल देते हैं. आप उनकी बात पर विश्वास करते हैं. आप जरा उनका ट्राई तो कीजिए. जरा देखिए तो कि तुम्हारा ये उनका दिया हुआ ये वरदान सही भी है या नहीं. He said, yeah, you are right. Now what should I do? He said, why don't you try on yourself? You try on yourself, and if it works or not. And because he was so puffed up with this boon, and he completely forgot. And he put his own hand on his head, and he was finished. So in this way, he protected, Bhagwan protected Lord Shiva. So he's saying that this Lord Shiva can give any gift to anyone. And so Maharaj Parikshit will be as generous as Lord Shiva. And he will be very udar, taking care of the people. And so then another verse, Brahmanas are saying, सर्व सद्गुण महामय एष कृष्णम अनुव्रत है रंती देव इवोदारो ययाति रिव धार्मिक है. सो दिस चाइल्ड विल बी एज गुड एज, ऑलमोस्ट एज गुड एज कृष्णा. अब कृष्ण का नाम ले दिया, पहले भगवान राम का लिया, शिव का नाम लिया, अर्जुन का नाम लिया, एंड मैनी ग्रेट किंग्स का नाम लिया. अब वो कह रहे हैं सुप्रीम पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ गॉड हेड. सो सी थिंग्स आर going higher and higher and higher. So he will be almost as good as Krishna by following in his footsteps. And how he will be, this is how a person can be as good as Krishna. This is explained by following in his footsteps. If we follow the instructions given by Bhagwan, then by the mercy of Bhagwan, all his qualities come into the Jiva soul. This is the process. And following the instruction, pleasing Bhagwan is not actually being physically closeness. It's not a physical closeness that matters. It is how much the love and devotion and the service you have. That's what matters. And service also does not mean serving the deities only. It also means भगवान से संबंधित किसी भी चीज़ को, उनके भक्तों को, उनके नाम रूप गुण लीलाओं को, उनके एट्रीब्यूट्स, पैराफर्निलिया, एवरीथिंग, they are all identical. They are all same as Krishna. So anything you serve connected with Krishna, that is service. That is service. And Maharaj Parikshit, and in case of Maharaj Parikshit, he associated with the Lord in the womb, from the womb and up to the last day of his valuable life, Maharaj Parikshit. And you know how Maharaj Parikshit in his last days, he was cursed by a ऋषि पुत्र हैं, श्रृंगी ऋषि के पुत्र समक ने उनको कर्स दिया था कि after 7 days you will die with a snake bite से. तो Maharaj Parikshit was such a great devotee, Mahabhagavat. He was completely capable of rejecting this curse, nullifying this curse. He was completely capable. But on the other hand, he took this as an opportunity to serve the Lord. He took this opportunity. He took it as a blessing, as a mercy of the Lord. भगवान के भक्तों के लिए कोई भी चीज़ अनफेवरेबल नहीं होती है. And you know, we as a conditioned soul think like this is favorable, this is not favorable, this is a problem, and this is a favorable thing. We think as a conditioned soul. But for a devotee, nothing is unfavorable. Everything is favorable. Because whatever unfavorable, so-called unfavorable, if they have, they always think it as a mercy of the Lord, that Bhagwan is so merciful, Bhagwan is putting me in these conditions so that I can come close to Bhagwan. जब भी हम पर कष्ट आए तो हमें भगवान की कृपा ही समझनी चाहिए. भगवान अपने भक्तों को कुछ टेस्ट देते हैं, कुछ स्थितियों में डाल के, कुछ ऐसी अनफेवरेबल कंडीशंस में, सिचुएशंस में डाल के भगवान एक तो हमें सहनशील बनाते हैं और दूसरा हमें अपने नज़दीक लाने के लिए. The ordinary people, it can be action and reaction. It can be a reaction of the previous karmas. But for devotees, it's always a mercy, always a blessing. So Maharaj Parikshit ने इस श्राप को वापस नहीं लौटाया, बल्कि भगवान का वरदान और कृपा समझ के इसको स्वीकार किया और 7 दिन तक उन्होंने अपने जीवन में उनकी I have 7 days. So he used those 7 days to hear Srimad Bhagavatam and attained Vaikuntha Loka. So in this way, Maharaj Parikshit was completely devoted from the womb to the last day of his valuable life. And then again Brahmanas are saying, Dhritya Bali Samay Krishne Prahlad iv Sadgraha Ahar Teshash Medhanam Vriddhanam Paryu Pasakah. So this child will be like Bali Maharaj in patience, a staunch devotee of Lord Krishna like Prahlad Maharaj, a performer of many Ashwamedh sacrifices and a follower of the old and experienced man. So this child will be like a Bali Maharaj in patience. You know the Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj is a grandson of Prahlad in that dynasty. And Bali Maharaj gave everything, Atmanivedan. Bali Maharaj is a true example of Atmanivedan. So there are 9 processes of bhakti: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam. Atma Nivedanam means completely surrender your own self to the lotus feet of Krishna. And Bali Maharaj is the best example of Atma Nivedan. When Vamandev Bhagwan asked him 3 steps of land, and in 1 step he measured all the upper planets, and in 1 step he measured all the lower planets, and then there was nothing that Bali Maharaj could give for the 3rd step. So then he said, I am giving myself to you put your 3rd step on my head. So he completely surrendered himself. Even though he was stopped by his guru Shukracharya, Shukracharya knew that this Vamandev is none other than Vishnu himself, and he came to trick you. But Bali Maharaj said, no, I have given the promise, I have given my word that I will give 3 steps of land to this person. If he is Bhagwan, then that's my great fortune that Bhagwan came to me to ask charity. And if he is not Bhagwan, then 3 steps is not a big thing for me. So in either way, I am the winner. So then he gave everything, complete surrender, Atmanivedan, to Bhagwan. So Maharaj Parikshit is compared that he will be just like Bali Maharaj in patience. And then he will be a staunch great devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. We all know how Prahlad Maharaj went through so much torture, sufferings given by his father, and still he did not leave his faith. He was still chanting Harinam and doing his bhajan. He didn't care. He was totally focused, fully determined that I will not give up my bhakti, no matter what. So this Maharaj Parikshit will be just like Prahlad Maharaj, fully determined, complete faith and strong in his devotion. And he will, just like other followers in the dynasty, he will do so many sacrifices and follow the dynasty properly. So this child will be the father of kings, who will be like sages. And see here in future, they are saying about his future also, that this child will have sons like a great sages, like Janmeja. Janmeja was Maharaj Parikshit's son, and he was a great rishi. Sanatan Goswami spoke Brihad Bhagavatamritam to Janmeja Rishi. So he will be a father of sages like Janmeja. And at the same time, he will maintain the world peace, and he will protect the religion, and he will be chastiser of for the demons and bad people. दुष्ट लोगों के लिए वो बड़ा स्ट्रोंग वो होगा, सजा देगा, उनको पनिश करेगा और उनको अप्रूट करेगा. तो महाराज परीक्षित will have all these qualities. So there are few more qualities left, and that we can discuss. Actually, it's almost complete. That how he will die. The Brahmanas were told about how he will die, and then when he will die, he will be completely detached and from the material attachments, and he will give up everything. He will listen to Srimad Bhagavatam, and he will completely be devoted at the end of his life and attain Vishnu Loka. So at the end of his life. So in this way Maharaj Brahmanas explained the life of Maharaj Parikshit. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatrubhesh kripa